Hello, welcome to my third match of season 70. Playing against JNails. We have a flex division. I don't know if I mentioned this. We have a flex division this season, so there are 7 players. So this is halfway point. We have Wolfden plus Knights. Both people get Knights. Doesn't ultimately matter a whole lot. It's a very good captain board. Not the best Taskmaster board ever. Probably would call it. Good credit captain right off rip. I guess the question is whether you want to pair it with something. I mean, Taskmaster amassing tragic heroes is okay. Just gonna run into a point where that doesn't work, especially if both players are doing it. There's no trashing. Warrior can kind of help you get around some invoice awkwardness. Potentially. I guess I'm gonna go courier captain. You could go alley captain also. I expect you probably ultimately want to do the Taskmaster Tragic Hero stuff. You could even see like a 4 plus a Taskmaster on the opening and just count on using credit to hit your this also unfortunately lives and dies a lot by when you play captain, but the alley of course is reasonable. The alley guarantees you at least play it turn 2. Whereas the Courier gives you, I guess, a 50-50 here. I did hit the 50-50, which is nice. So I went ahead and bought trade. This is pretty reasonable. Really tempted to just do the captain though. Though there certainly is something to, if you hit a nice draw, Tragic Hero could give you gold plus like a Taskmaster captain by something. Oh. Ally also gives you some control. Oh, they have an action. Guess this doesn't matter hugely, but do I get, excuse me, do I get to use the buy? Over 7, 8, 9. I have to credit the tragic hero if I don't draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It depends on how many. I mean, the ranger guarantees it. This gets there too. Oh, I still had another. Never mind. Well, I probably should have done 2 rangers then. That was stupid. I was thinking, wow, this is awful. This is actually really stupid. Well, I couldn't use the buy anyway. So it just doesn't matter. I mean, I kind of technically could have used it. Well, it probably would have been worth it. I don't know. Not sure. I wouldn't have had the money. I mean, I ended up with enough money. I wouldn't have had the money if I had used it. It would have been a wash. It didn't matter. JNails is basically the half turn ahead though. Maybe a little more than half. I assume you still do the ranger, but maybe you really want to try to draw the gold or something. I don't know. think there's. I assume you just do range. I don't know why you would push it here. You can just buy this stuff up. I think you do double tragic hero also. I don't think you do another. I don't think you do like a 3 and a 4. Even though you can score a little bit if you get like an alley. That's fine too. I mean, I don't know. I'm a little mixed on it, but I think it's totally reasonable. Of course. Trying to find it bottom decked. That's unfortunate. But there's nothing we can really do about it. we didn't really have a particular out to make this happen. I don't know. This doesn't matter. If the tragic cure was bottom decked as it was, we didn't have some magic way of getting to it. Unfortunately, we didn't have a magic way of getting to it. I don't know if I did that in a reasonable order or not. Probably not. My draw is gonna kind of get eaten up here. The thing is, with all this stuff, you have like enough control. I mean, there's not like a good way to do this. You have enough control over the discard pile to just make whatever work. This isn't gonna matter. Almost certainly. So like you could play a alley and put that in the discard. I don't know, maybe there's some order where this is helpful to not have to have done that. I don't really know. Again, what am I? This can't possibly matter. Maybe JNails will empty the Tragic Heroes and the Captains and not score, and I can buy 5 Taskmasters and win. I don't know how much buy I can get up to. 3, 4, 5, 6. I can get up to 6 buys. I guess it's not really realistic. I can only play 4 of them, 5 of them. I think I can get to 5 buys realistically, but not 6. I'm action limited on that front, but I can do 5. Oh, if JNails were to fully empty all the good stuff, that would be a problem for JNails. Now JNails can get to buys. A lot of buys. But also just adding buys and then scoring, that's good too. Guess it's gotta be this. I don't really. This should be quite like this. I assume JNails can just win on their turn. Maybe not if I score. I guess. What's a little bit? I mean, I can't play for a dud. That doesn't make any sense at all. If 4 captains. Can buy another courier, which isn't that great, but I mean, buying this duchy now scores as much as buying a province, but if I don't have anything I care about spending 7 on, then it makes as much sense to buy the province as anything else. I guess the other option is to, I mean, JNails is going to have so many buys and so much. $13 would be nice, actually. 13 would be kind of good. Or this is not 13. Because in theory we need some rangers now. Well, more than just theory, but no, let's not do that. Let's just buy another duchy. Well, no, they are the same, right? Well, no, the duchy erases 3. It adds 6. It gives me to 9. I could credit something, I suppose. I doubt if that's helpful to me in any way. JNails would still need to buy. JNails has a lot of money. This is 15, 21, 23, 29, $31 you need. Guess I don't have a silver for an oasis. I don't know. Didn't really make any sense. To be perfectly honest. $15, $21, $23. $31. So just $31. But JNails had $19. Had 20 something. They did play all the gold, so it's not like there could be 2 more golds coming down. Minus the 6 debt. Could be 6 golds, 1825. Probably most of the captains have to go to draw 28. It could be close. I think the issue is going to be that, well, there may be no issue. They may simply make it. 28 seems definitely doable, so that would have been lowering the... I guess they would have needed 9 buys. Maybe the buys aren't plausible. I don't know. I mean, they can get to me. Again, this is the question of whether it's more valuable to let them do a courier versus using the captain for something else. And I'm sure you can count stuff and figure out what's better in the end, but I don't know. That's the sort of the long and the short of it. They did have the money, but they didn't get anywhere near the buy. So I probably could have gotten a Taskmaster. That was probably not great on my part. To not have done. But, like, who are we kidding? It'll be fine for JNails. Guess if we had any sort of, like, really big money threat, well, the duchies wouldn't even be, well, they would score enough to tie. We are. This is a low. How do you say? Pretty low captain hand for JNails. So there's some kind of windows for these things to go bad, but not necessarily a huge one. And I have to put this as Ranger now. Okay. Nails does have the alleys to kind of help get through this. So it was never like, it was not like the scariest thing in the world, but it was probably possible to dud. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe not. But you only need $18 to pile. So oops. Fawning is on Forge, which is not the most useful fawning of all time. It would have been, it should have been on Deathcar. That much is clear. Sort of weakish kingdom. I don't know if there's anything clever to do. You can get farmhands and carnivals, so you can have a figurine. Do your traditional drawing. Once you have forges, you can mill, but otherwise the forge gains are useless. I don't know if there's value in a crucible or not. It's a very weird board. I mean, you could just have nothing happen here. Just quite easily. I think there's, yeah, I mean, unless I'm missing something, it's possible. I get transmute. I don't think so. Farmhands is very good here. You want those, I know that much. You could try to. I guess you can remodel the forges. I didn't really see remodel. When does fawning happen? When you gain a province, gain a fawn. So in theory, you can do a hermit thing with remodels. Because you get the forges. But you do have to figure out a way to get these once. I guess you can do that. I don't know why you wouldn't just remodel into a state. I feel like the potential upside from a state is better than abandoned mine, where you may draw it in a hand where you want to trash the estate into a 4 with your remodel, versus this thing where you could have done this with an estate either way. I mean, that obviously abandoned mine has some upside too potentially, but it feels less valuable to me. We're gonna live or die by some of these madman draws. That's a fact. And I'm not hitting them. This is half madman. That is super unfortunate. Have any real gains? It would almost be nice to have a transmute. It would actually be extremely nice to have a free transmute in this deck. It would be game changing, but I don't, so it's whatever. Gotta make do, as it were. Are we drawing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. Would love to have another. We can double, well, we can triple pretty easily. That we do have to kind of live and die by a few different things. I have all the amendment. This should win. Unless JNails has way more capabilities than what I am imagining. Well, that was neat. We have expand butterfly. But, you know, we don't have guild master, whatever it's called, guild master, and the one that lets you play on game. And there are like way of the butterfly chains if you can get multiple of the guild masters in play, and you have like if you have like a full action chain, which we don't at all. But this is colony but shaman, but also just like the nastiest stuff you've ever seen. This is so bad. I don't even know. You can open broker shaman, I guess, just to try and fight that. Like eventually someone can hit platinum with tactician. I mean, it's really good to have a platinum, even if you're playing like a tactician-y deck. You know, to reveal. Is there anything that makes you reveal patrons? I guess journeymen can get tokens, but everything's so gross. Like super gross. You have to fight the shaman stuff while simultaneously trying to do, I don't know, something. Obviously, it's good to have like villagers, but I don't know if there's any other like tricky reveal stuff. Oh, but even journeyman, I mean, you have no reason to think you're going to hit these unless the density is insane. And if it is, then I don't know how you're getting to an insane patron density in the short term or medium term. It's still probably worse than just having platinum. I guess you could play tactician, journeyman, patron, double tack. Have journeyman be your terminal. And you can get a little plus action from broker. Have journeyman be your terminal. But all this stuff is really getting ahead of ourselves, right? What does Masons do? It's really getting ahead of yourself because, you know, absolutely nothing may come of it. Or if you toss 2 coppers or you like split, like do 1 copper and 1. I mean, if you're happy to just buy a shaman anyway, there's something to be said for tossing 2, I think. I don't think that's crazy. Although, like, the broker estate trash isn't that crazy good. Maybe do it. Just buy tactician. I'm gonna buy, yeah, you can get favors also. Like if you don't have, you only have enough to hit 4, I guess even 3. If you can only hit 3 with the thing, then you probably do it and take a shaman, but I don't know, Charlatan. I mean, the junking is nice. We could play a friendly game. Did you get the tact play? My tack misses, which fine. Gonna happen. This is kind of one. What did I do after that? I haven't seen the patron, I guess. Oh no, the patron was the first. I just bottom decked this. I could get the second tack in. This is unfortunate that JNails top decked them, the tactician twice. Like you can't. It's really hard to compete with that, to be perfectly honest. Probably journeyman. So goes for another broker. I don't know. They do favors here. Or we could do actions and get a net of villager here. crazy. So now we're getting to like, we sort of are thinning a little bit. I didn't find the. I don't know that the village, I don't know that I like my bile that much. But it didn't punish me necessarily. The trash is starting to fill up with stuff. This could go. It would take quite a bottom deck to be really bad, but it could happen. Okay. Well, it didn't quite happen. I'm trying to think. There's not really much incentive to draw on. This was like a huge sequence of turns for me just now. If I could buy all the patrons, that would be extremely funny. I don't think that's possible. I mean, it's just it's completely not possible. It would be funny. Okay, well, this didn't quite work out. But, you know, okay. Do I have 7? That's good. Do I need more buy? JNails is going to get the same patrons split, but is, I assume, well, maybe we're just pretty clean. JNails has 2 coppers. And 3 estates. So 5-2 on the cleanliness and a broker. I don't know if we. Guess we could butterfly for one and go back for it. I'm so compact here that the journeyman can't actually find them. I guess you could get a Charlotte. I don't know how many of these things you adding can help you, like at all. Like if you add a fishmonger, what is your third? What are you buying? You're not buying anything but colonies now. We basically just built this up to have consistent colonies, and then maybe plausibly have some threat on double if you ever can roll the patrons out. But like otherwise, if you ever can get any journeyman coffers, but otherwise there's not like a whole lot going on here on that front. So you can whiff. You can certainly whiff. I think I don't want. I don't know what you can build to. Yeah, that sucks. But there's no way around it. You could try to get another journeyman. I don't know that missing a colony buy is gonna pay off ever. Only hitting 2 coffers is nice. Like you could try, I don't know, Charlatan Journeyman. I don't even know what you would try, to be perfectly honest. You would sort of eventually run out of fuel. I just don't have like really good confidence that you're gonna have it pay off to the tune of a colony gap in time. Even though there's like a lot more you can do on the board, but colony is so many points. Maybe I'm missing something. And certainly an expand is like, I just don't know. Your draw is not so certain. So unfortunately, I'm still whiffing on the. I'm accumulating villagers, I suppose. Now there's even less less incentive for me to keep. Well, there's still a little bit. Not really, actually. I mean, I guess the incentive is that it increases your chance of hitting the. Actually getting a reveal on Journeyman, but. Don't you want to? That was a weird name to me. Don't you want to name patron? Like if you have 2 journeymen. Don't you want to name patron so you can reveal it twice? Can add a gold somewhat easily, maybe at some point. I just want one coffer. I just want one coffer just to say I have a coffer, you know. You can also mill a colony with broker, right? There's some man alive. Okay. So cannot hit it. Must be nice. They spin the coffer last time? That's weird. I don't even know what those are for, to be perfectly honest. Maybe I should have double colony last time. That was probably, if there were 3 now, could JNails have gotten 3 of them? Almost certainly no. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. I didn't count. That was stupid. There were 3 left. JNails, there's no shot. JNails is getting 3 of them. I don't think. Even like expand. Well, it wouldn't win. You'd have to mill 2 of them. Probably. Now I'm going to be in a bit of a scary spot. Well, less scary if those are just dying immediately. But still, JNails has some flexibility to getting triple. Triple is kind of hard. Man. I mean, they could have gotten a triple, but the triple would have been not necessarily ideal. Or not winning. Like, if they had 10, they would have had a true triple. Not true triple, but at least 2 of them would have had to be real. Dang it. This was winning line for sure to have just milled the colony. And now I'm going to whiff it. I mean, I do get a charlatan. Yes. So what's in there? It's 2 colonies. The patron. We'd hit a coffer. We're actually really close to true double. It would mean dying on the tactician, but it's very close actually. Because we can go tactician to gold, discard the colonies with journeyman. We would draw everything that gives money. And we would hit, well, we can get 6, 9. We still have to find a way to make it on the last one, but 30 points is harder for JNails for sure. Let me make sure I'm not. There's a charlatan in discard 2. We get that 5, 12, 18, 21 plus the coffers 22. Let's try it. This unfortunately doesn't do anything. We really needed to find the I probably could have tacticianed while doing like colony province, but I think that was gonna lose. I would have 4 less. I think that was gonna lose, but maybe it wouldn't have lost. I'm not really sure. This is almost certainly gonna lose. Depending on what JNails' next hand looks like, but it's pretty likely to lose just off JNails getting. I mean, this isn't even province. This isn't even double duchy. Like single duchy estate. First, I guess. Not nothing. We would have needed to find the broker. The broker paired with almost anything would have gotten there, or the journeyman would have been very likely to. But JNails, I think, is gonna have enough time here to just make it work on provinces. Though, to be fair, the draw will get a little hairier, slightly hairier. It would be huge if this even, for delaying for me, if this was a province, that would be really helpful, but. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the milling of the colonies earlier would have made the count awkward enough that JNails wouldn't have really had an out. Would be my guess. But that's the way it went. I was just too automatic on doing what I'd been doing with broker. And also, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe JNails could have tripled with the charlatans somehow, and the coffers that he had at that point. Just imagine if at any point I didn't have the best deck for it to happen. That's not really debatable. I can't argue that. But it would have been nice to. Does he have a win? Oh, enough of those. Nice. That's really nice. I like that as a finish. That's very cute. I wasn't thinking of the fours. I'm sure there wasn't a pile out or anything for me. Yeah, that makes the. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I get there on lowering to 3. I like that. That was a better use of Way of the Butterfly. I mean, that was the payoff at the end there. I also fed him a gold, which didn't help, but I don't know. I don't. Maybe just more stuff at that point was checkmate for me. I would like to see the line, what the line looks like if I lower it to 3 and see if JNails has a good out or not. I guess even if I lower to 3, JNails can still wait, and maybe, I don't know. At that point, then the point gap becomes so huge. Like if JNails doesn't touch the colonies at all for another turn, I don't think you get enough provinces to make up 5 with 2 milled and 1 left. But anyway, let's look at this kingdom. So another tactician. Maybe not. I mean, you can do it. You could do double tax still. And there may be some pretty good reasons to want to. I guess otherwise your buy is a little. I mean, there's buy. You can launch for it also. So that lets you play treasures if you want. Yeah, let's do scrap ironworks. I mean, I think you would do that in the opening anyway. But how brave do we feel? So brave. Is Voyage is sort of unfriendly with the could try to launch. Pretty whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what Voyage does anymore. To be like, oh yeah, you should go for Voyage or not. I truly never had my throat's going a little. Well, you'll just have to suffer with me on this. I never had a great grip on Voyage at the best of times. So there's that. I can get one right now. I mean, you can play Ironworks. That's pretty good. You can use your Cabin Boys. You can play your Tacticians. Once you have the Tactician stuff going, probably the Void turn is super good. I would have to guess. Can be the first one to have one of. That's kind of and scrap. I mean, there's a fair bit of good stuff you can. I'm like probably a little thinner. Maybe not. Man. Hope JNails doesn't have that Tactician yet. I maybe should have gone for the second tack sooner, rather than or the second tack before the Jester. You could convince me of that pretty easily. Except, this is almost. Oh no, it's fine. We can play both, right? Yeah. Sure, I'll take the silver. Okay. Good turn. Hopefully, doesn't find the Tacticians. Hopefully. I'm not totally sure the silver is better than whatever. Then give it. It's got to be better my deck than JNails deck at this point, I would say. It wouldn't be bad to have a sunken treasure by any means. So the launch was to try and make sure the tactician was in there, I guess. But you could have drawn it. Maybe you didn't. Okay. Great. Well, this is unfortunate. I guess I should have kept a silver. I didn't even find the voyage. Like, this is tack voyage. I should have kept a silver because that would give us one more card if we drew this scrap. But this is like old map tack voyage, and any of those would be outs to playing the tack again. I'm going to lose my mind. It was guaranteed, though. If I had done this correctly, and saved silver instead of copper, what a brutal margin to like lose on. Because it's probably game losing. Or close to it. It's a tough game. But what a brutal bottom deck also. But still, I could cover it. I mean, they were guaranteed outs to playing the tack. If I had held silver, then all four of these draws, also I just have the scrap, but all four of these draws would have worked. Because the scrap could have cantripped then onto any of these things, which would have gotten me to the hand I needed. If the attack was bottom deck, then you can use a voyage, right? Because you know it's safe, but well, that's a bummer. This is also not a really all that useful time to see voyage either now, and maybe time to kill it. You can't decide if you get some value out of them. If you still play a tactician on that turn, then you probably can get a little value out of it. But it's hard to guarantee that in 5 cards. It's not impossible, I guess. There are ways to like make it happen. Going for the second ironwork seems a little ambitious to me now. I don't know what you get out of it exactly, but I guess if you go voyage into tack turn, well, like here, it's not so crazy to try and do. Like I might get to play the sunken treasure or whatever. That's frustrating. I want to complain about the bottom deck, but it was just my fault. Not that I wanted to necessarily toast a silver at that point, but so JNails does play the voyage. I would just be afraid. If it's totally blind like this, without knowledge of where the attack might be. I mean, you can bottom deck it easily here. I would, for sure. Obviously, if you don't bottom deck it, then you're in a pretty good spot for it. Maybe it's worth the risk, but I don't know. It's a bit uncertain to me. I guess I could launch and play another card potentially, but like, what is the... I don't even know what the upsides are. And the downside is like draw Tactician and be afraid. The upsides are like play Jester. I don't have enough concentrated money. Or what I don't have is a Cabin Boy played, I should say, to make it so that I can play the Sunken Treasure, because I can't launch off just Jester. I would have needed $2. So, I have not really hit with Jester yet, unfortunately. We'll have to check and see what the turns... I was a little behind on like the Cabin Boy stuff anyway. Not more than a little bit. I was a lot behind on the Cabin Boy stuff anyway. The question is like, did that matter? Like, they were good, but they probably weren't deciding. So, in that instance, you know. Excuse me. But they certainly do something nice in the void, in that void. Like, if I had gotten one down into play on that previous turn, it would have been quite a bit better. That's okay. This still scares me. Like, 8 cards is a lot. And you don't get search. You have, I mean, it's better than 50-50. But you're ahead, so if you don't play the Tactician, I don't... I guess I just don't quite see the upside for JNails. Though the search space is fairly large. Of course. Maybe it's just worth it. It's like the deck's not that huge, but I know for a fact my Tactician would be down at the bottom of this. I don't know that for a fact. I'm being a diva. But, you know, it's a thing where I'm less, I guess I see a little less value of it in JNails' position because he's ahead. But he does have these cabin boys which let him take a little better or quite a bit better advantage of the tactician turn. And he also clearly has the tactician in hand, so so there's also that going for him. My gosh. Yeah, and you can get a hireling as sort of, I would just die to see my gesture hit something. Even if it was just fuel, you know? Even if it was merely that. Well, gonna have 2 actions. I don't know which of these I'm supposed to take. Probably a shorter game is better for me. If I had to guess. I have a hard time imagining a world where a shorter game isn't to my advantage. Whatever amount that might be. I could have played another copper, which I'm not sure really mattered too much. We could kill a scrap instead. Let's do this. So I've whiffed it. Almost certainly. Which of these would we want to gain? I kind of want another distant shore. So we just have to try and see if we find it on attack. Or on the, we do find it here. It's not nothing. So it's also not that much either. If we hit a second distant shore here and get the, no, it'd be something, but the real issue is going to be I don't know what the real issue is going to be, but I suspect there will be one. I'm going to guess there are going to be some issues. Real or otherwise. One of the issues is going to be that JNails' deck is better than mine. These ironworks are a bit hopeful. I don't really draw that much. I guess worst comes to worst for JNails, you can buy a province. On your voyage turn. And you can just play all of them, right? It doesn't matter. Hmm. The 12-16 was pretty high. Plus, it's probably more or less guaranteed. Actually, you might all you might be doing is playing the tactician in the guaranteed case, but like, you know, that's fine. That's pretty good too. I haven't written down any of the scores. Now I have. So didn't go for the sunken treasure. Doesn't feel like sinking treasure anywhere. Doesn't buy a whole lot. This doesn't, I guess it's fine. I mean, it can't be that bad. Well, I can't get to the distant shores really anyway. So I might as well just play this one. Excuse me. So 9 games. We gotta go for the kill, right? We go for the kill shot right now. We don't really have probably the draw to make it real. Excuse me. Most likely we don't have the draw to make it real. But we can try. And that's all anyone could ever ask of us. We can get it pretty low. This is me grimacing. We gotta try and find the lost city. Where's that? Where's the gosh darn lost city? Why is this my life? Like, we have like a real shot if we find the lost city. If we find the lost city, we for sure lower the ironworks by a couple more. It doesn't work now. I mean, it can. There is a way it can work, but I'm so mad. It's like trivial. If I draw the lost city, just trivial. It's still like okay shot, but it would have been so easy. I mean, we made it. Oh my, so much. I don't know why JNails gave me that game. All right, I kind of gifted the other one, so we've returned the favor. We have Leprechaun. Not the friendliest opening. I mean, 3-4 would be tolerable, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anything's really tolerable. You would like to put plan on something, but you kind of need to open silver. You could like plan Workers Village by Workers Village is not crazy, but it's also, it does not help you hit 6 or 5. I don't like it. I understand it. I didn't have the option for one, but I don't like it. It's not crazy, but if you hit like 5 right away, like on this, if you bottom deck the other 2 shelters, then it looks a lot better. By and large, I'm not super impressed with it. This kind of sucks. This is either going to be okay or it's going to be awful. Awful. The outpost was probably greedy. Okay, it's going to be okay-ish. Am I ready for a Workers Village? Crew will. Is this just a? Maybe the log just says that for crew. I don't know. Where are the silvers? So this is guaranteed to die. Some amount. Nasty, a little bit of a nasty shuffle. You probably do it. Like, why not? It is a little nasty shuffle, though. But, like, what else are you going to do? Yeah, this is a problem. Do we play it? Probably not. It really sucks to not. Well, it was just unlikely to happen. It was unlikely to be super good. That's just the way it was going to be. The JNails a bit ahead in here. The Wish is huge. I mean, the Wish and no shelters is... Actually, that's not that huge. Not that it's bad or anything. It's certainly not bad. It's more just the quantity of stuff that you're going to get over the next 2 turns. More than anything, I guess. But it's still all within shouting distance. Nothing's over. JNails is just ahead. If there's not a pile out mistake or a bad shuffled turn, then I'm toast. But those things are all possible. So I assume this is another crew. And then a workers' village, yeah. You whiff a village here, then I get a little reprieve, but you have your wish, then no problem. I think you get another hunting party on this one. Maybe a crew. They're all fine. You know, it's one of those, you'll be okay regardless. This is unfortunate. You can't, no 2 ways about that, but this outpost turn was good enough that this is probably GG's, as it were. I think I'm okay with this opening, but if you don't hit this hand, if the shelters split across the turns, it looks so much worse. Whereas mine is a little more even keeled. I don't even hit a leprechaun here. I didn't even draw the leprechaun. Even better than what we could have imagined. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I guess I could have bought a cellar. Like, it's okay. I have to play for JNails. I mean, JNails is probably winning on this turn, but we're getting very close to it. But I have to kind of play for something. I guess 16, 20, 26. But there's at least one wish, more like $21. 12. It's not far. You have to find just like basically anything on the post turn. This may just work already. They don't have a bunch more like coppers or anything, but they may still have another gold they can draw. Okay. And for sure, if they kick off, then they just win. But there's also like not a great reason to push it. I don't know. It's fine. I don't love it. Because if he did, I for sure can empty these and score. Especially with Annex. So it's very weird. I don't like it. I don't know why do it that way. The 3 card, maybe there was something known on the top. Maybe JNails knew there was a village. That's the only thing. Otherwise, like, if you did draw the golds and a copper and you can buy a 6 or something, like, I don't need a very good turn to win with just 4. I have a wish in deck with just 4 workers villages in the annex. I don't like that. Not one bit. What are we doing here? There's Merchant Guild Stampede, I guess. That's usually pretty good. I don't really know exactly how to build it. I'm not very good at the game and playing it. But I assume you try and get a merchant guild or 2 and play and then buy stampedes. If I had to like venture a guess. But you end up maybe a little buy limited. You're either like action/buy limited. What's tracker do? Well, roll with this. Get a second broker. I don't know if that's right. That could be wrong. What's the thing? +1 card for a favor. Okay. I assume for me here, I just take the cards and Interesting. So, do I stampede? What do I get if I do that? Two merchant guilds. That's unreal. Why do I play the game? What is the... Can someone answer me that? What's the meaning of this kind of stuff? I didn't do anything to deserve that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can have 13 for what? For what reason? Oh my gosh. Can't even do that. There's not even like a reasonable looking out. I just have them. They're just down here. Because the game hates me. It's crazy. So what, I just blow up a broker because I have to? But draw doesn't help me because I still want to hit 5, so I do it like this. And I'm just like sad. I could stampede again. If I have one more silver, I can I could have stampede while merging guilding. And this hand we already know is going to be a complete. This is as good as it possibly could have been for me. No. I do get a ton of horses here, which is nice. But I think I'm already lost. One, two. Well, what does the... Can I double if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? That's short too. If I had done this for treasure, you get $1 more or $2 more or something. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't change it. My problem is the draw. Like, JNails already has the setup. It's just completely over. He just plays some number of the horses, not all of them. Brokers 1 for actions, plays the 2 merchant guilds, plays a pouch, buys or stampedes, and it's just over. I guess at some point you start buying the provinces. I don't know. I mean, like at some point it's okay to buy a province. Yeah. So now next turn they have 5 buys. 1, 2, 3, 5 buys. So they can. Well, they don't have enough coffers to. I'm not even going to draw anything. This is. I can't do this. I cannot do this. Like, this is so insane. Now you guys know what I'm talking about with that tactician, which it didn't actually happen to me in the tactician game. This is Mastermind Merchant Guild, just bottom 2. There's just nothing. You can't play the game. You cannot play the game. It's absolutely broken. Just what is... I can't do it. It's insane. I can do it. Happens every. But like, I don't know. I don't know if I have the wherewithal to play Dominion the same way anymore, which is sad, but I mean, I was lost anyway. I'm whining about this bottom deck, but it turns out buying that, I mean, I was gonna lose it. I should deny it. I should deny it just as a bit of a troll, but you know. I would go back. It would be a tease, you know. I would click deny and then I don't know that that would go over well with any. I don't think there's an audience for this particular joke. Now you have 53 coffers. Now you for sure have enough coffers to do what it is you want to do. What I'm like. The fun thing about this deck is with Wall, you do get to watch your score. I didn't find this was not infuriating. This is just, it's over anyway. The infuriating stuff was later, but you get to watch your score go up as you play your turn. Every horse is kind of fun. Pretty fun. Okay. Stop. All right. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you all another time.